should have done that last and final handstand. If you didn't, I don't blame you. Do it now if you haven't. Yeah, you guys, I don't know what the deal is. Okay, well, the good news is now your hands and your wrists have had a significant break. So let's grab your blanket. We're gonna start to workshop headstand and forearm stand. All right, you guys. So we're gonna start with our forearms. Before we go into our forearm stand, we are gonna do a little prep. So why I have the blanket is because all the pressure on my elbows on the mat starts to kind of burn them. You guys do not have to have your blanket for your forearms. I just like to. Your choice. So make sure that you're far enough away from the wall that you're not gonna kick it. So we're not using the wall quite yet. So elbows to your blanket or just to the mat. And I want you guys to curl the toes under and meet me in dolphin. So kind of like a forearm downward dog essentially. So head is released in between those arms, hips are up high. So what we're gonna prep here, you guys, is getting into that inverted state, kind of like we did with the chair for a handstand. So I want you to start to walk your toes up. So walk your toes up towards your elbows. And you wanna come to a point where you're right on your tippity toes, and then you can walk it back out, finding that same dolphin position. So walk your toes forward. Try to keep the legs straight. Come to your tippy toes. So what you feel is the crown of the head starting to go down and your weight shifting into your elbows. And then walk it back out. So give me a few more of these. Let's say 2 more. Go ahead and bend your knees. Come off your elbows. Relax for a moment. So once again, what you want to feel when you walk your tiptoes forward is that your weight is starting to shift forward and you're going into that straight line. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with your head. So I recommend the blanket for underneath your head. Once again, your choice. So for our headstand, you guys, you're going to bring your elbows back down onto the blanket and make a triangle with your arms. So it's going to look like that. Elbows are wide. You've interlaced your fingers. So your palms are flat, even though your fingers are interlaced. What that is going to be is when you tilt your head down, the backs of your hands have the back of your head. So the top of your head is down on the blanket, the back of your head has your hands. Elbows are out wide. Now once again, curl your toes under, lift it up. So you're back in that kind of dolphin position. Now walk your toes forward so you're on your tippity toes. Walk it back out. So walk it up, tiptoes, and walk it back out. So it's the exact same thing, you guys. All we've done is taken the head down. Now let's do 2 more. Walk it back out, bend your knees, relax it down. Take a moment. Now, we're gonna utilize the wall, and then we're gonna take it back away from the wall. So once again, we're gonna start with our forearms. So your choice, bring the blanket back with you if you'd like. Now, just like with our handstand, you guys, we are gonna be at a little bit of an angle. So blanket is down for support underneath your elbows. Bring your elbows down. Once again, feet are back towards the baseboard. Curl the toes under, lift the knees up, and walk your feet up the wall. So head is released in between the elbows. Legs are nice and straight. Carefully walk those feet back down, bend your knees, rest for a moment. So remember, the further away your blanket and your arms are away from the wall, you're not in that position as much, so try to bring it back a little bit closer. All right, let's go again. So elbows down, curl the toes under, walk your feet up the wall, release your head and breathe. Walk your feet down that wall, bend your knees, relax. All right, you guys, we're gonna do one more. One other thing I want you guys to keep in mind is pressing your hips slightly forward. So get into your position, elbows down, curl your toes under, walk those feet up the wall, and then press your hips forward. Not so much that you're arching through your lower back, but so you're in a nice flat line. One last inhale here. With your exhale, walk it down and release. All right, you guys take a breath here. So we're gonna take the same idea with our headstand. So same idea. All right, you guys. So remember, we're in that triangle shape with your arms. Bend your elbows down, interlace your fingers, and then tilt your head down. So top of the head is on the blanket or the mat, and then you have your hands wrapped around the back of the head. All right, guys, curl the toes under, walk those feet up the wall, and hold in your headstand. Slowly walk those feet down. Relax. Maybe roll out the head a little. All right, we're gonna do 2 more, walking up the wall with our headstand. All right, so same position, you guys. Interlace your fingers, elbows out wide. Tilt the head down. Walk those feet up and hold. Carefully walk the feet down. Release. Whew. All right, you guys. Let's do one last headstand like this. All right, so you guys know the drill. Get into your position. Lift it up. Walk the feet up. Hold. Now here, you guys, if you're feeling a little stable, maybe try floating one foot and then the other off the wall. Just try it. And then carefully walk your feet down and find your child's pose, you guys. Relax. All right, we are gonna work forearm and headstand in one last position. So we still have our blanket, slide it forward away from the wall. Now what I want you guys to be mindful of is that there's nothing else around you that you could possibly kind of kick. Worst case scenario, if you fall out of it. So just be mindful, you don't have any pets, Queenie, Newt, that you could accidentally kick. All right, so elbows down, we're gonna work forearm. So elbows down, curl the toes under, lift it up into that dolphin. Walk your toes forward, find those tippity toes, hold. Now lift one leg up at a time. Just lift. Try to keep those toes as close as you can. Go ahead and bend your knees, release it down, take a breath. Now we are gonna go back up. So this is just kind of playtime, if you will. All right, so let's try this. Elbows down, curl the toes under, find your dolphin, walk those toes in. Now we're just gonna play, you guys. See if you can lift one or maybe both feet up. So little kicks. Just start to play with it, maybe extending the legs. Once again, we're just calling this playtime, you guys. Back out of it, take a break whenever you need to. I don't know about you guys, I am sweating. Let's just do a few more here. And then release it down, you guys. All right, now we're gonna go through the same procedure with our headstand. Whew. All right, so same idea, you guys. Make sure nothing's around you. Can't kick anything. Bring your hands down, interlace those fingers, elbows out wide. Tilt your head down. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up. Walk it into your tippity toes. And then alternate single leg lifts. So this isn't where we're trying to bring both legs up, you guys. This is still controlled. Whenever you're ready, release it down. Breathe into your child's pose. All right, you guys. So this is our little play one. So be mindful, nothing's around you. Meet me in your same position. Curl your toes under, walk your feet up, and let's start to play here. So you want to be on the tippity toes. Start to lift one or both legs up and off the mat. Use your core. Breathe as you hold, you guys. All right, let's do a few more breaths. Once again, if you need to come out of it and go back in, you can. And let's go ahead and relax, you guys. All right. So, last and final thing that we're gonna workshop is crow, just for you, Andrew. So, I want you to make your blanket as thick as you can. So fold it over as many times as you can so you have a nice fat square. So we're back on the hands, you guys. Told you I'd give you a big break in between. All right, so here's where we want to go. Toes on the edge of the blanket. Now elbows are what's going to be coming inside the knees. Remember, if crane is better for you, so think knees to the triceps parallel, that's cool too. I like elbows to the insides of my knees. So palms are flat, fingers are spread. Now you're gonna start to shift your weight forward. Now when you start to shift your weight forward, you got that little bend in your elbows, knees are coming in, gaze is down and forward, hips start to lift as you shift the weight into your toes. We're just holding. So keep the toes on the blanket, just hold. Carefully release out of it, come off of your hands. All right, so let's do that again. So spread out through your fingers, elbows to the insides of the knees. Start to shift your weight forward. Hips are lifting. You're rising high on those heels. So those toes are just pressing into the blanket. And carefully come out of it. Relax off your hands. All right, you guys, so now let's start to play single foot lifts. So meet me in that same position. Heels rotating and toes turning out. And then start to individually lift 1 foot at a time up and off the blanket. Carefully sit down, come off your hands, come off your wrists. All right, you guys. So our grand finale here, we're gonna try to take it into our crow. Gotta like mentally prepare myself for this one. All right, you guys. So you still got your fat blanket, set it up the same way. Toes to the edge, heels up high, elbows to knees. Now you can keep it going with single leg lifts or start to try to float both feet off the blanket and hit your crow. Now if you fall out of it, that's fine. Go right back into it. Remember, this is just a little play section. Just workshopping. All right, you guys, whenever you're feeling good, come off of your hands. Go ahead and sit down, set your blanket to the side, extend your legs out long, flex into your feet. Inhale, circle your arms out to the side and up. Exhale, dive it forward. Reach for your calves, ankles, or feet. Pull your chest down towards your knees. Slowly restack your spine. Cross your left foot over the right leg. Wrap your right elbow around that left knee. Bring your left hand behind you and just twist. Head up, chest up. Start to slow the breathing down. And then whenever you're ready, rotate back through center. Extend the left leg. Cross the right leg over. Same thing. Now we're just rotating to the right. Bring it back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and then go ahead and walk those hands forward. Find your butterfly stretch. Relax through your head. One last big inhale here. With your exhale, slowly restack the spine. Head is the last thing you lift. All right, you guys. We survived despite technical difficulties. Thanks for sticking it out with me, you guys.